were tackling weekend jobs, both indoors and out. So Leigh-Ann tackled a bathroom that needed to be updated, and she had to flex the DIY muscle to keep the project within a very affordable price point.
This bathroom is totally functional but lacks a little bit of personality. Now, the previous homeowners had done a great job with some simple DIY updates like painting the cabinetry and neutralizing the wall color, but the current homeowners, well, they're ready to spice things up just a little bit. But the goal here is to show them that they can indulge in trends without overindulging in their budget.
Rub-a-dub-dub! One DIYer in the tub. Now, most people think that when they're tackling a bathroom renovation, they have to put the majority of their budget towards expensive finishes like tiles and bathtubs, but in this case, because my budget is teeny weeny, I'm doing what I love to do best, and that is paint it all. Now, it's brushing out really smooth, and I'm using a brush because that's what was recommended, and also it was suggested that I put it on in really thin coats. Now, I anticipate this is going to need quite a few, at least 2, maybe 3 coats of product, but the end result will be really worth the time and effort. Every once in a while, I end up impressing myself, and that's exactly what's happened with the transformation of the tub and tiles. I have to say, adding the fresh white has made a huge difference, but what was even better was that it was a DIY affordable application that I did myself. Now, I used that same white color and wrapped it around the walls, including painting out the vanity mirror, which has helped to limit contrast and give me a beautiful blank canvas for items such as my DIY shelves. Now, these were made for about under $30, so really affordable, and have been the perfect solution to the added storage that the homeowners needed. It's also been a great spot to plop some of my fresh plants that have added a real freshness to the entire space. Now, speaking of fresh and storage, I've actually married both in the vanity with this beautiful leafy green color called Tidal Pond. But I've taken these once boring laminate cabinets and upped the ante by adding my own DIY moldings, and now these cabinets have become a focal point within the space. Now, I have to say though, my favorite part of this entire transformation has been the budget, because this whole project cost me under $500.
That you can freshen up your space if you put in the work and use the right products. It doesn't always have to cost a lot, especially for an in-between makeover until the homeowner is ready to do the big reno, and that's exactly what you did, LA. You made it very affordable.
Under $500!
Under $500!
Yes, I really did.
It looks incredible, and I've never seen you paint a bathtub before.
I've never seen myself do that either. It was new.
You liked the way that turned out.
I was really impressed. Now, I have to point out the key that made this project simple, because I often talk about the ease of DIY projects, but there's some products that just make life so much easier and make the project faster.
Yes.
This right here, an etching cream. Okay. I basically brushed over all of the walls, of the tiled walls, and it, within a couple minutes, takes all the gloss off of the tile, and you can just scrape it off. You can put it back into the container and reuse it, and that saved me from sanding the tiles and the grout and trying to get a smooth finish. That took me under an hour, rinse it really, really well, and then I used the brush on of the tub and tile product all on the tub and the tile, and in one weekend, it was as if I had changed out all of the finishes in the bathroom.
It's amazing.
It really, really was.
Really good.
Quick and dirty.
So those were the special tools to get all of the tiles done and the bathtub
It's always
done.
the prep. It's always the prep.
Right?
You can slap paint on anything, but if you don't prep properly, that finish isn't going to wear.
Yeah.
Having those tiles prepped in the bathtub ensured that that surface was great, so that the paint would adhere properly, and the homeowners will get amazing longevity from it.
Incredible.
Yes.
So you also did a lovely reno on the cabinetry.
The vanity,
The vanity. That's really nice.
The cabinets before were what is very typical, I think, for a lot of people still, that they have this flat panel that's laminate with the wood rail. Now, the previous homeowners had actually taken the step of fancying up the doors by painting the handrail.
Wow.
Which was a good attempt to update them. But really, if that's the least you plan to do to update them, I would suggest actually painting them the same color as your laminate. So paint them white if you have laminate, or even that almond color will just help to unify them, and all of a sudden doesn't call out that handrail. And then just drill a hole and put in some hardware, even though you use this as a handle. But I took it one step farther. I did paint the door, but before I painted them,
I actually added on some really inexpensive wood molding, just using the no more nails.
That's nice.
Really is all I did. So you can buy like long runs of the wood, and even in detailed profiles, I just went with something very flat, like a shaker look.
Yeah.
Just applied it right onto the front, and then when you paint everything out, it just gives that molded door look. And again, painting out the handrail, adding the hardware. The hardware I picked up, used for a buck a piece,
Oh,
a
good
knob,
stuff.
and just spray painted them with universal spray paint, meant for metal. Again,
Yes.
important.
Yes.
And it gives the whole bathroom a completely new, revised look without spending a lot of money.
Beautiful, beautiful work.
Yes.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
Okay, then what do you have here?
So with cabinet doors,
Yes.
if you are in 80s oak overload, which
Yeah.
a lot of people still are,
Yep.
oftentimes you think the only option is to buy a new door,
Yes.
right? But this isn't a new door.
What did you do to it?
Can you guess what this door is?
Is it something stuck on there? Because you can't tell.
Yes, it is in fact.
There's something stuck on here, and you can't tell at all.
An amazing product.
Oh my goodness.
Now, we've seen vinyl contact paper in the past.
Yeah.
And trust me, when I saw this done, I thought there was no way that you could get into all of the grooves.
That's right.
But this product from DC Fix comes in a lot of different wood grains. It even comes in some really fun patterns if you
that's
want a
cool.
beachy look on your cabinets, solid colors if you want a bright color.
Yeah.
This is perfect for rental or short, like kind of 5-year plan if you want to try something new in your
Yeah.
kitchen or bathroom, because you can add it and then peel it off, especially in a rental. You can take it off afterwards because it's repositionable.
That's
now,
very cool.
the key with this, I'm actually going to peel the backing off of this right now. There's a couple things that I've learned
Okay.
with using this, and there was a little bit of a learning curve to this, but the nice thing is, as I mentioned, it's repositionable. So I'm going to put this overlay right on my door, and you would really want to kind of lay this out so you make sure the grain's running straight.
Yep.
You have your little tool, and you want to start from the center always. So start to push down in the center and work towards all of your, see, sometimes it'll stick to each
So
other.
you get rid of all
but
of
it's
the
totally good.
bubbles.
The bubbles.
Yeah.
But then you start to think, well, what do I do when it comes to the corner, and how do I get that wrap look? Meet my little friend.
Oh, what's his name?
This is a heat gun.
Okay.
This will actually heat up the vinyl just enough, and you know what? Let me just do this so you get an idea. Once you crinkle it, this will heat the crinkles right out of it and make it really, see how it's soft and pliable
Yes.
now? A little bit of heat, you put the tool in there, and look at this.
Oh,
you
that's so
start
cool.
to wrap right over the edge.
That's so cool.
Right over the edge. Now, when you get to the corners, what I've learned is you really just want to let the heat fall on the corner as much, and see how it's almost
it does it
molding into
itself.
place.
Yeah.
You want to do that, not too much heat, and you'll slowly just let it fall into itself
Yeah.
in those corners, and you can get that perfect molded look without any cuts. So this was one piece, one single piece. If you happen to get any air
amazing.
bubbles,
It
you literally
feels like there's nothing on there.
nothing on, right?
That is so cool. So, can you ever melt it?
Probably.
Okay.
That's why you want to go
say too much heat. There is such thing as too much heat. Low and slow.
As much as there's only a few tools that you need, I really found that my little metal cheese knife
That's
worked
cute.
great, because I heated this up, and then to get into the little cracks there, it just
Yeah.
molded it right in so
That's
nicely.
so
Little air
perfect.
bubbles, just use a pin and take the air bubbles
So
out.
for this one, instead of just demoing it, just talk us through what you did.
Well, all I'm going to show you is this finish, and the camera might not be able to pick it up too easily, but it's to
We can
mimic
see it.
a metalled, like a brass
Yes.
metalled panel, and this is using Modern Masters new metallic paints.
Is that this?
So it is Modern Masters. That's the clear coat. It
Yeah.
comes in. I'll actually just roll. I'll do one roll out here, so you can see this gold color right on top. You
Yeah.
can get a variation of different golds, and if you want that really high-end metal wrap look, you can do it with paint now. Super
Very
inexpensively.
cool. Oh my gosh, what a great way to do an inexpensive DIY. You're
Absolutely.
just a genius, you are.